So, how is it going, everyone? Welcome to some more I wanna be the Boshy. Sorry, my voice is kinda, dead right now, but what's gonna be really dead is this character when I try to beat Mega Man, nonetheless, which is apparently a pretty hard boss. Like, a pretty hard boss. So, yeah, it might be a problem. Wow, 7 deaths. Almost got the 4 numbers. Okay. So, here's the thing. Well, first, change the controls as always. The thing is, this boss is hard. And the problem is that it's really hard. So, I'm thinking, obviously I wanna beat him, but I might try the Secrets on World 1 first, instead of this. I'm gonna just show you right now what I mean by really hard. This is not hard, this pattern in particular. The problem is, you can damage him, because he goes away, and the problem with that is that basically you have to endure whatever shit he throws at you. And by shit I mean the rest of the robot masters. Like Elegman right there. So the problem here is that not only the patterns are not easy. I mean, this Elegman pattern might not be that bad, but it's still not what I will call necessarily easy. The problem is that even after that, you still have to face other robots before you can still damage Mega Man. So basically what I'm trying to say is that this fight is not only hard because of the pattern, but it also seems like it's gonna be really long because my inability to damage Mega Man. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say. So maybe before trying to beat this, I might go for the secrets in World 1. It might be not that bad to try them. Also, it seems like a good pattern for Elegman is going up the platform to bait the projectile, then going down, then going up, and basically if you do that you won't get hit, at least until he starts jumping around the screen. Which, if that happens, you should move. The problem is, by doing this, the damage that you can do to Elegman is minimum. Basically because most of the time you won't be hitting it, so you will be stuck trying to beat Elegman for a pretty long time, which is definitely a problem. Oh, that was horrible. That was horrible timing. Okay. That's a good thing. At least, if I get really fucked by this fight, I still have the choice to go to stage 1 and try those secrets. You know, just to get a change of pace. I feel like it's a good idea. Also, what is this song? I know that it's definitely remixing a Mega Man theme, but I can't recognize it. Then again, it's been a pretty long time since I played any of the original Mega Man games, so I can only remember the generic, well, not generic, but like the really known themes, like, you know, the wily stages from Mega Man 2 and all that shit that everyone knows because it's everywhere. But other than that, I don't really remember much music from Mega Man. I do remember a lot of the music from Mega Man 9. That game was fantastic. Really recommend to play it if you haven't already. Really, really good game. Really hard too, by the way. But yeah, Mega Man 9 is definitely worth playing. It has a ton of really fucked up achievements, so let's say that you're a really good player on platforming games. It doesn't matter because all the ridiculous achievement that that game has can keep you hooked. Hey Riemann, how is it going? Yeah, it's Boshy time. It's Boshy time, but I would really need some help from Thundit here because I really can't figure out what works best for this boss. Although I still haven't really went into any hard pattern yet, which is the most worrying thing. Like I haven't went into any hard pattern and I'm dying like an idiot. So I can only imagine how this is gonna be when the hard patterns actually start. Like this is not a hard pattern at all. I thought that, okay, it did hit me after all. Play some Symphony of the Night. Japanese voices are really good. Yeah, usually the thing about Japanese voice acting, you know, it is something that I always think about. A lot of people, when you remark how good Japanese voice acting is, they call you a weeboo, right? The thing is, Japanese voice acting is good because all of Japanese media is overly exaggerated, which basically means that every time a character in any form of media like anime, video games, movies talks, they do it in such an exaggerated way that it actually feels passionate. And that's why, to me and to a lot of people, Japanese voice acting is so good. Because even if it's not realistic, like it's definitely not realistic at all, for the most part, it still sounds hype, because they put everything they have in it. So, yeah, really like Japanese voice acting. You Elegman, come on, dude. You were an easy boss on Mega Man 1, why are you doing this to me? Right? Elegman was an easy boss, right? I'm pretty sure it was. Don't remember the details, but I'm pretty sure he was easy to beat. Fucked up. I'm still fine though, but yeah, that was less than ideal. Maybe I should stay low for that one. Disagree. Alright, who is it going? Tipo Ima. You mean for disagreed for the Japanese? Japanese voices sound both the same and not expressive at all. I will kinda agree, they sound the same, but I wouldn't say that they don't sound expressive. Because, well, usually saying expressive is a pretty broad theme, because expressive means that they have, well, obviously expression, but expressions can be pretty different, right? So, like if you're watching some tragic, I don't know, movie, and you know the character sounds hype, like the character voices sound hype, then it probably won't sound fitting. But I wouldn't say it's not expressive, it's just the wrong expression, right? It's just they are expressive, but they are using the expression that they shouldn't be using. But you know, since most of the things that I consume from Japanese media are things that involve fighting and shouting at each other, like for example Dragon Ball, right? It fills the quote for me. Because that's pretty much what you watch those shows for. You watch those shows for seeing people fuck each other up while screaming their lungs off. So in that regard, Japanese voice acting does a pretty good job. But yeah, that's just because that's the stuff I usually like. So it usually isn't a problem to be the same kind of voice, because I usually consume the same kind of shit, so it usually works out. Don't need to get Sharp PS1 BIOS because I use PS3 EMU. Oh, that's right, because in PS1 you probably need the Japanese BIOS to run some of the games in Japanese, right? Damn it. You see, the problem with this fight is that I'm dying to easy stuff. I can't imagine how it's gonna be when the actual hard attacks start, because this attack isn't hard. I'm still dying to it from time to time, and this attack from Elegman is also not hard, which is pretty fucked up, and I'm still dying to it. Like, it's pretty fucked up the fact that I'm still dying to it, I mean. Wow. At least that thing where he moves around is static. I'm pretty sure it is static. Maybe it's waiting from the right side is gonna be better. That was horrible. Holy shit, I suck. Is this music from actual Mega Man games? I think it's a remix from a Mega Man, from some Mega Man songs. I don't recognize them, but this, I don't think this song in particular is from a Mega Man game, in the sense that the remix itself is not from the games. The song it's based off is probably from the games, because after all it sounds a lot like Mega Man. But yeah, it's just a remix. Kinda like the Ryu fight. Like the Ryu fight was a remix of Ryu's theme, but not really the original. Also, I drop frames right there. I don't like that. Don't drop frames. Damn it. Well, the good thing is that I still have a lot of bitrate to go. Like, I can still decrease the bitrate a lot more. So if it keeps doing this stupid shit, I'm just gonna decrease it. Damn it. I guess the hardest attack of all is getting shitty internet. And that's an attack I get pretty soon, frequently. Yeah, fuck ISP pretty much. I mean, the pattern right here is simple enough to understand. Problem is actually dodging it. I mean, honestly, my problem is when he starts jumping around, because that means that you cannot stand on that platform, you have to go down. And if you go down, obviously you avoid him, but you might get hit by some of the random electric shits that are, you know, flying around. So maybe we should call my boy Ghastly. Hey AC Boshy, how is it going? You know, this is gonna be a long boss fight, in case you're not aware. It is really probably gonna take a pretty long time. Like a pretty long time. Holy shit. And it might take longer, because I don't have Thundits advice. Although this part honestly isn't hard. The problem is what comes afterwards, but I still haven't figured out how to beat. Although to be completely fair, I only have gotten there once, so I don't think I qualified to beat it. So right here, right? These two assholes appear. And they start throwing a lot of shit around. Like just look at this. Like, let's just look at this. Analyze the situation, right? So we have an asshole at the bottom throwing bombs. The problem is that those bombs explode into other bombs. And then we have that flying shithead that not only doesn't stop moving around, so that means that you have to be pretty accurate to hit them, but also it can hit you while you're on the platforms. I guess the bouncing projectiles that they throw is not that bad, but the fact that you can't stay on the platforms is a lot. I'm still on World 2, I'm really right before the boss. Right before the boss... I don't remember what was right before the boss in World 2. You need to kill the one on the bottom. Probably, but the problem is that killing him is gonna be a complete pain in the ass with those bullets that he throws. Like, you barely... I guess I could try standing at the bottom right corner. I mean, I might get hit by one of those frisbees that the flying dude is throwing, but at least it seems like it's gonna be easier if I get rid of him first. Danmaku-time, yeah. You need to kill the one on the bottom. Yeah, oh, I already read that, sorry. My brain just, you know. It's where the spikes appear when you sham, double sham. Oh, that part is pretty well done. It's pretty hard. But yeah, it's pretty much the part right before the boss. Yeah, it's just a matter of retrying and memorizing. You can do it, I mean... It's a long part, but... Yeah, with enough tries, shouldn't take too long. Also, World 2. I forgot, who the hell was the boss on World 2? World 2. Oh, it was... Yeah, I remember who it was. Yeah, Ryu, it was Ryu. There's some pixel perfect shit where I have to fall, and with my shitty computer it's hard. I think you can decrease the graphic quality, and if that doesn't work, you can decrease the resolution if you feel like you're getting too many frame drops. I think. I'm not exactly sure if this game in particular allows for that, but I knew that I wanna be the guy Gaiden did. Although that game menus were a mess, but I think that option worked, kinda. Damn, he's still not dead. Holy shit. Even with Ghastly, this is hard to do. Maybe I need to bring my boy Ryu. Yeah, but good luck trying to dodge all of this shit with Ryu. Someone told me a server to play online if you want to host for viewers one day. I don't even know how online looks. Like, I don't even know what will be the point of online here. Like, what do you do? Like, just play the game while you see other people dying? Is that how it works? Not exactly sure. Problem with Ryu though is that I can't hit this little fuck because he's too short. But I can hit this fuck right here at least. That's something. Well, barely. It still works. Yeah, it. You can feel the difference. I died so fast I don't even know who killed me. You should press F12 and people can join. There's not much interaction, still they can follow you. F12. I have a feeling that I'm gonna regret doing this, but... And now what? Doesn't worry if you're not on the right server. Okay. What I'm gonna do though is changing characters. Oh, the sprites got fucked. What happened? What happens if I press it again? Oh. Deactivated. Okay. So... Okay, I might pay more attention to that when I actually know how it works. But yeah, I get you. Doesn't work if you're not on the right server. You need to set it up before. Oh. Well, I guess we can do that another time, but... I feel like here... Quadric might be a really good choice because of the bullets. Although I don't know how accurate he is with... Wait, the music died. Why did the music die? What is going on? Okay, there it is. Music is back. Yeah, the music is back, nice. Got the music back. I don't think Quadric can do much. Although it probably can do more than Boshy. I don't know how much more, and I fucked up. Fuck. Yeah, I completely fucked up. Damn it. Quadric might make this easier, but making it easier still doesn't mean that it's gonna be hard as shit. Oh, and I corner myself, nice. Managed to beat the first boss only after I picked Mega Man. Maybe because I played quite a lot of it years ago. Well, having a familiar sprite might work. Like, might make it easier, but... I'm pretty sure that Mega Man in particular doesn't have anything different from you know, Boshy and, you know, the little characters. This one that I'm using right here though apparently has a bigger hitbox for bullets, that is. So basically you can shoot enemies that normally you wouldn't be able to shoot, because, you know, the bullets are just fatter. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Although I wonder how useful is it gonna be here. Nice, okay, it is pretty useful. Okay, so here comes this asshole and I'm dead. So it seems that when the bomb explodes, that little explosion that you see there actually has a hitbox too. So you can't just stand right next to a bomb, because that explosion is gonna get you. It's not just the bomb. Okay, that might be hard then. That might be pretty hard. You can only survive on the platforms. Yeah, the problem is that eventually I will need to kill this shithead that is, you know, jumping around on the bottom. But the problem with that is that the only way to do that is being on the bottom. And being on the bottom, seeing this right here seems like a complete suicide. I don't know if what he throws is static. It might be static, but trying to find a pattern and it doesn't seem static. Maybe it is, maybe not. Maybe it's aimed, but I don't think it's aimed. Maybe killing one will work. They share a health bar though? Okay. So you mean that if I kill one of them, the other one will die too? If that's the trick, then I guess I could try killing the flying one. Problem is that even with the flying one, you still have to worry about bombs. Because as you can see, the bombs actually reach the platform. It's gonna be a pain in the ass. There doesn't seem to be any safe spot there. Like everything, everywhere you are, you're gonna get fucked, it seems. But I'm gonna try killing the flying one. Maybe it will work, who knows. Damn it. But yeah, I can tell you that this fight is probably gonna take more time than Mario and Sonic combined. Just telling you that right now, because it's probably gonna be the case. Damn, even when he arrives, he starts making a mess. So... At least Elecman is easy. Will be a pain in the ass if Elecman was also hard and you have to defeat him every time you wanted to try the other shitheads. But at least he's easy to beat. Or at least easier than most. Okay, so it seems that I gotta be jumping all the time there. Like, okay, that's gonna be trouble. And if I jump too high, I might get reached by one of the bombs that have that really long arc. There is already, it seems. Yeah, I'm trying to see if this is a static, but I don't think it is a static pattern. But at the same time, there doesn't seem to be RNG either. Maybe it is RNG, I don't know. All I can tell you is that regardless if it's RNG or not, it's pretty complex. Direction doesn't matter. You mean the side that I pick? It might be easier on the right though, because the opening where they come from, they start shooting more at the left, I'm pretty sure. So if I try to... That's a suicide. Okay. Yeah, it's a pretty big problem. If you stand on the platform, the bombs might get you, but the problem is that also the flying dude might get you too. So now I'm really questioning if it's a better idea to try and take the flying one or try to take the ground one. Maybe it is better to I mean, both are probably equally as hard. Although the difference is that if you try to be on the ground instead of the platforms, you have to deal with that splash that the bombs do. But if you're on the platform, you can jump and not deal with that splash. The mercy is that it throws every 8 seconds through the flying one body kills you on the platform. Yeah. So basically not only is dodging the bombs, because the bombs also kill you on the platform, but the flying one is also there too, so yeah, this is gonna be a pain in the ass. Well, this quadric makes the Elecman fight a lot faster than Boshy. And there's also the problem that... Wait, the hell bar is right there? Like, the upper left thing is their hell bar. Okay, that makes sense. I should have looked at that. Unless it's not. Maybe it is. Not exactly sure though. I should check it out. That's a lot of damage, nice. Yeah, it is their health, okay. So that's what you mean when you say that they share a health bar. They actually do share a health bar. Maybe I can defeat the flying one without worrying about the ground one. Wow. Yeah, the problem is that you can worry about the bombs and you can worry about the little guy not hitting you directly, but the problem is that you also have to worry about the bouncing frisbees. So, yeah. It's gonna be something. Can actually kill you there, nice. Damn, that arc was pretty hard to dodge, but I think I needed to dodge it from the left. And the problem is that if whatever comes after this makes Mega Man come back and loop, the problem is that basically means that I have to beat these attacks literally 9 times. Because if you look at Mega Man's health bar right there, it says 90. When he comes there and I start shooting and I do my best at shooting, you can see that, well, normally I do 10 points of damage. Right there I did 13, but it usually is 10. So does that mean that every time I have to beat this pattern like 9 times to beat the boss, because if that's the case, that's just insane. And as I always say, I'm not good at mashing, so I wouldn't be able to make this any faster than this, which is really scary. Damn it. Problem is, let me see, if I try to go to the border, is it gonna kill me? No, actually the border doesn't kill me, it seems. That's pretty good to know. I fucked up. It has really low health. Yeah, I seen that. It does has low health. But it still worries me the amount of damage that I probably need to deal to Mega Man. Because when he lands and he does this pattern, again, I only can do 10 points of damage. So can you imagine if the only way to hit him is when he does that? And the fight loops every time he does that? That will be crazy. I mean, I don't know yet, I haven't seen what's after that, but if that's the case, that's just insane. It will be basically, as I said, beating all this shit 9 times. I think there will be Mega Man attacks, hopefully. I hope there are, because otherwise I will be stuck with this forever. That one is pretty hard, and he throw a frisbee like a piece of shit. Okay, I gotcha. You know, Ryu will be really useful in this section. Problem with Ryu is that, yeah, the hitbox. As it always is the problem. Like, actually trying to figure out where the hell the hitbox is. It's gonna be a pain in the ass. But at least the border in this fight doesn't kill you. So that's pretty nice. Like, the edge of the screen is actually safe. Yeah, the problem right now is the frisbees that the flying dude throws. You did it, nice, good shit. It's time to beat Ryu. Like, remember with Ryu that whenever Dalsims comes to play, you probably don't want to break your hand while trying to take him down, so I would advise in that specific attack, like just because of that specific attack, you should probably try using the double damage glitch, because trying to take out Dalsim without that is just so stupidly hard that it isn't even worth it. It isn't even worth the damage that you're probably gonna do to your hand while doing it. So I will say, just use the double damage glitch on that one, because otherwise it's just, as I say, not really worth it. But then again, it all depends on you. Maybe it's just me that I'm shit at mashing, but it's pretty hard. damn it. I did a pretty good amount of damage there. You mean setup down key? Yeah. I don't care if I'm stuck for months. If you're trying to get him down without glitch, you will be like, oh my shoulder. Not gonna do it. Alright. Yeah, well, I mean, you don't have to, it's just that. I mean, I tried to do it without the double damage glitch, and my whole chest like hurted for like a week. It still kinda hurts. So, yeah, my advice, just, you know, friendly reminder that might not be a good idea to try and beat Dhalsim without some sort of you know, plan other than trying to literally take him down by mashing. Like, at least to me, again, I suck at mashing, so maybe it's just a problem that I have, but I feel like that part is way harder than probably a lot of the rest of the game, because you like, not only you have to mash really fast, but it has to be fast and precise, because if you overmash, a lot of bullets might not come out. If I'm not mistaken, maybe I'm mistaken there, but basically what I'm trying to say is that it's really, really hard. And just, at least to me, not worth it. Because, you know, fights like Sonic and Mario, and probably this one too, are hard, obviously, but they don't require you to physically exert yourself, right? That fight with Dhalsim, though, it totally needs you to go overboard with whatever you can physically do to mash. It's, if I'm not mistaken, the only part in the game that requires you to be that aggressive with the mashing. So yeah, pretty much that. I know, I also thought the same. I thought if I do it with the double glitch, then it's not gonna be worth to win because I used a glitch to win, right? But then in the other day, when my chest wouldn't stop hurting from all the mashing, I was like, okay, yeah, fuck this boss. So yeah, just a thing to consider. Doesn't mean that you have to do it, but yeah, to me at least it's not worth it to break whatever part of your body you're overusing just to mash that shithead that is Dhalsim. But you know, again, as I say, a lot of people are really good at mashing, so maybe you won't have a problem with it. I don't know. I know I did. Oh, that might be bad. Okay. It seems that it is RNG. At least the frisbees that the flying robot throws, it seems to be complete RNG. Might be wrong, but they really do look RNG. The good thing is that I also hit the one that throws the bomb when he does the initial jump. The end of the mini boss is hard. Do I have to do it every time, or there's a save point after? No, there's a save point after DDD. Like right after DDD you have a save point, and then you have the boss fight. Yeah, memorizing DDD might be a little bit hard. Even if it might look trivial, like just memorizing Sid's actions, it shouldn't be too hard, right? But it is hard. So yeah, don't worry about it. You're gonna get a checkpoint afterwards. This is gonna be a problem. This is gonna be a big problem. I'm good at memory games. Well, I guess that's an advantage then. Damn, he's already dead. Whew, that shit almost hit me. And that shit actually hit me. Damn it. Still gonna be hard to remember 12 commands if I make it too long. Yeah. I think the maximum I had to remember there were 6 commands. Like, if you shoot him fast enough, I mean, you can probably do it in less than that, but the way I shoot, I was able to beat him when he started doing 6 commands. Nice. Oh, I still have to beat this asshole? Are you kidding me? So they don't share... They actually don't share life bars? Are you kidding me? Well then. No, that's gonna be a problem. A pretty big problem at that. Like, how the fuck am I supposed to beat that douchebag? I guess I should start from him. I mean, if I have to beat him regardless. Yeah, but good job trying to dodge all of this shit. Well, actually that wasn't that hard. I don't know what killed me at the end, but that wasn't that hard. The good thing is that that shithead right there. Wow. So the flying dude becomes faster. No, it doesn't become faster. It just throws more shit. So it's gonna be a pain in the ass to defeat no matter who. And those things are pretty hard to deal with since they stay on the screen forever. Okay. Focus. I wonder which one I should take down first. At least I can kill both of them. Now the problem is killing them in the same run. But yeah. Oh, okay. So even if the fragmented bombs land, they also give splash damage, not just the main bomb. Okay, I gotcha. Oh, okay. That's still pretty hard though. I mean, I'm really tempted to try Ryu, but Ryu is... It's gonna be so hard to try to dodge all of that shit with Ryu. It doesn't help that at least for this attack you cannot hit Mega Man. I don't know if Mega Man is gonna have some other attacks after this one. But if he does, and he stays on the ground, the only one that will be able to attack him is Ghastly. Oh, so the asshole that throws bombs there is actually Mega Man. Wow. Okay. Okay, so he's dead. So now there is this shithead throwing all sorts of frisbees from every flavor that you can imagine. Okay, but at least it seems that it's easier to take the bomb robot first and then the frisbee. Sorry if I don't remember the names, I really don't recognize those. Because, again, it's been a while since I played the Mega Man games. So, yeah. Sadly, I cannot recognize those two. But that's fine, don't worry about it. All you need to know is that one of the two throws bombs and the other one throws frisbees. That's the only thing. So I'm just gonna call them Bomb Man and Frisbee Man. Yeah, probably not a good idea, but... Damn it. Wow, that was pretty fast. That was pretty bad. I don't know why I ran straight into the bomb. Also, something that I should remember. Basically, the music, like, you know, the CDs in this game, like Never Gonna Give You Up and all those other songs actually get flagged in YouTube. Like when I uploaded the gameplay, like this gameplay to YouTube, and when those songs played, it basically told me that I can't monetize the video, which I don't give a shit about because I don't monetize them anyways. So, but the problem is I haven't checked yet, but they might put advertisement when those songs come out, which is gonna be a trouble because I don't want advertisement in my YouTube videos. Especially I don't want advertisement that doesn't give me money. Like, imagine having ads on your video that don't even go to your pocket. Like, that's the shittiest thing that could happen. I think that is what's happening if you have music you don't own the rights to. That's so fucked up. Good stuff that nobody gives a shit about the YouTube channel, but still. Well, at least I can freely stream. It's a good thing. Even though the audio sometimes gets muted in the repetition, but that's fine. Damn, look at that bullet. Or frisbee, whatever you wanna call it. Damn, that's a lot of frisbees, okay. Hello from Mother Russia, how is it going? Kit for Egg. Greetings from Mother Argentina. I know, we are literally in the opposite side of the world, by the way. Like, I feel like if I dig a hole in, like, behind me, sorry, not behind me, below me, I will probably reach Russia. Maybe. Well, that is if I don't get killed by the center of the earth, which is gonna happen, but yeah. It's pretty crazy that with all the space exploration and stuff, we don't have the technology yet to go to the center of the earth without getting completely killed in like the first seconds of even being close to it. Nice. What comes now? Damn, Mega Man sliding and a lot of shit. Wow, okay. Wow. Okay. Damn, Schoolman. How the fuck do I dodge that? Can I see that again? Am I supposed to stand? No. Oh, I can actually stand in one place and let the circles go around me. Okay, I gotcha. Okay, that doesn't seem too hard if you can actually time it. Actually, you don't need to time it. If I stand on the lower left corner of the screen, that won't hit me, right? Yeah, I can just stand there. Okay. And then dodging that shouldn't be a problem. Okay. Gotcha. The problem is gonna be that Mega Man attack. But at least this is some progress, you know? That's pretty cool. Damn, that was bad position. Oh, wait a second. Oh, that was a pretty big frame drop. Holy shit. That was such a big frame drop that I thought that the stream suddenly cut off. Holy shit. That was a huge frame drop. Like the upload speed just went straight to 0. Holy fuck. It recovered pretty quickly though, but that still was pretty fucked up. Yeah, fuck ISPs. They are the final boss on this game. The ISPs. No matter what you do, you never win. They are always right. They always scam you at the end. No matter the plan you choose, they are always one step ahead of you. Also, I gotta say I like this song a lot. Damn it. Wow, look at how the blood was splattered on the left side of the screen. Almost looks like a fuel like meter or something. Running out of fuel. Damn it. Damn it. Damn, it seems that even the initial bombs are RNG. This is gonna be a problem. Like the fight is super long. And there's still more. Like it doesn't loop after these two assholes are done. There's still more patterns. Although I gotta say that Schoolman at least looked easy. But it's gonna be quite a ride. Wow, just shoot right in front of me. No time to react. Holy shit, what a scumbag. Okay, that's how you're gonna play, huh? Yeah, I really wish I had Ryu here. But I still wouldn't be able to do much about it, sadly. Wow. So basically, the hardest part of this fight is actually not Mega Man, but everyone else. Okay. I understand. The problem is that this kind of feels like the Mario fight, in the sense that it doesn't feel like I'm fighting against Mega Man. It feels like I'm fighting against, you know, all this random shit coming on the screen. So that's... oh, there we go. So that's kind of like... I don't know. Feels more like a hard level than a boss fight. Which is the reason why I didn't really like the Mario fight. And this one isn't bad, but I still wouldn't really call it a boss fight. Which I know it is. But yeah. You know, I gotta say that I enjoyed the Sonic fight a lot more than what I enjoyed Mario's fight. And well, it seems that this one is looking the same way as Mario's. Like a really hard fight because of one shitty pattern, and that it doesn't even come from the actual boss, it comes from some random ass enemy that the fight throws at you. So yeah, in that sense it's pretty similar to the Mario fight. With that screen shake, I didn't even see the damn bomb exploding. Hey, AC Boshy. Hi again. How did you find a way to do it? Yeah, I did. The problem is that what comes afterwards is not exactly what I would call easier. So yeah, that's a problem. But at the same time, I'm glad that I at least know how to beat that. That's pretty neat. Even if I found a way to beat that though, I gotta say that it's really hard to do so. So, yeah. At least it works. It's just a matter of being good enough at reacting. So after you beat this douchebag, you have to kill this other douchebag. That gets harder, by the way. The problem is that he lands so close to you that you can react to that. Like, you basically have to fall off to the ground, because otherwise it's kind of like a suicide to stay there while he's right that. How the hell do you dodge that one? It's impossible. The others in this game really require pure skill to beat. I like that it's not only learning it. Yeah, knowing in this game is half the battle, which is pretty nice, as it should be, probably. Well, I mean, obviously sometimes it's good to have something more straightforward, but yeah, in this game, you first have to figure out how to do it, and then after you did that, you have to figure out how to make yourself good enough to actually do it. Wow, okay. So yeah, it seems like the best way to do this part is by just dropping when he gets too close. The problem is that if I do that, it's gonna be pretty long. Feels like he's orbiting me. It's possible to play where he's gonna be high or low next time. Yeah, but that's not the problem. The problem is that when he's really close to you, he can shoot a projectile, and when he does that, it's impossible to react. That's the problem. Him hitting you is not an issue because you can just jump if he's going low, but him shooting the projectile in your face makes it really, really hard to dodge. So yeah, that's pretty much what the problem is right here. Damn, that's I think the first time that I get to 75 damage. Damn it. Well, if he's slow, he can shoot it. If he's high, he can't. That's how I see it. No, he can shoot it whenever he wants. Look at that. He's low and he shoot it, and he was high and he shoot it. It doesn't matter how low or high he is. He still shoots it regardless. And I'm not sure, but I think it's complete RNG if he shoots it or not. So, yeah. It's not possible to react to that unless you're really, really sharp. But yeah, I think it will be better to try to dodge that from below. But then again, the problem there is that you're gonna take a pretty long time to beat them if you do that. And that sucks. You don't want to take a long time in beating them. Although I guess you could say that you will take longer if you retry it over and over again. And you will probably be right. So I guess I can try doing that. Whew, he almost killed me there. Whew, he almost hits me there himself. Oh, come on, that bounced off. See, but that's the problem. By doing this strat, it's really hard to actually kill him in a timely manner. You're gonna take a long time just to try and take him down by going up and down like that. It's just insane. Wow. It's gonna be kinda like a practice stream. Because this fight is... it's a lot about figuring it out. Wonder why that dumbass shouts Kazoo every time he fucking dies or comes. Okay. Yeah, that's the damn problem with that. Barely have time to react. He almost beat DDD and pressed jump instead of down for some reason. That's fine. I got lucky with DDD because on the last pattern he basically did shoot 4 times and down or left, I don't remember, 2 times. So it was incredibly easy to remember and I had no trouble doing it. But yeah, it's basically RNG if you get something that is easy to remember or not. And there is a ring. Wow. Yeah, this shithead is gonna be a problem to beat. This shithead is gonna be a problem. And I thought it was gonna be the contrary, right? Like I thought that the bomb guy was gonna be tough to beat, but it is actually the easiest one. The one that flies is a complete shithead. Wow, I got killed by the frisbee. He killed me even though I did the right combination. Remember that each time you put an input on that section, a sound plays, right? Like a sound plays and you can tell if you did the input or not, so try paying attention to that too, just in case one input didn't go through, or if you did one additional input. It can happen. Okay. Wow, that barely missed me. I got pretty lucky there. It would be pretty nice if you could switch characters in between fights, but that will be pretty cheap. That will be insanely cheap. But like for example now, it will be really useful for that section with the flying guy to use Ryu. Here now I pressed twice. Yeah. That's fine. In that section is basically try to do the input relats. The only problem is trying to remember the actual combination, but when you're about to input, just do it in a relaxed way. The only the only place that you have to actually spam a lot is when he becomes vulnerable. The worst part is that you need to both spam shot and jump, which makes it a little bit hard. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it, it bounced off the platform. But at least right now, the good thing is that it seems that my main problem is like trying to beat that flying asshole. So it's not that bad. Although it's still a problem because I can't find a way to consistently beat him. Damn, the bomb can also explode on the... Or maybe that was just the screen, you know, bouncing that actually distracted me, but whatever. And that was the worst damage that I did in a long time for that attack. I really wish the bombs didn't make the whole screen shake. That will be really useful to actually see what the hell is going on with more clarity. Oh, you can skip the intro. Although I don't know why I would want to do that, but oh, it is kind of useful, but only if you go to the right. Okay, that will have basically made things a little bit faster if I knew that before. That's fine. Nice. I think the frequency in which he throws the frisbees is the same though. So I think you only need to go down after a specific set of throws, and then you can stand on that platform without much trouble. Did it? Nice. Now you will finally face Ryu, the World Warrior. Damn it. That was a bad idea. I shouldn't jump there. If I jump, I'm gonna make the electricity go in a way that I don't wanna go. Okay, that was decent damage. Damn it. It looks like a more Danmaku base fight. It kinda is, yeah. But the real problem is... well, obviously the problem is when Dulcim arrives. Everything before that is pretty doable for the most part. The problem is pretty much blank as RNG, but that's doable. I fucked up. Damn it. That's fine. I'm fine. Nice. Nice. Ooh, that almost corners me. Damn it! Ah, that piece of shit is gonna be the bane of my existence here. Okay. Damn, 81 damage, are you serious? Damn, he actually touched me, what a piece of shit. Damn it. Okay, that's pretty decent damage. Okay, yeah, this part, that part with that shitty duo right there is gonna make me lose my mind. It's gonna make me lose my mind. No, it's fine. I'm already used to that. I wonder how long this fight is gonna take me. What I'm sure of though is that I don't think I'm gonna get it on this stream, which is pretty sad, because that means that this will be the first fight that actually takes more than 3 streams. Although I guess, you know, the previous stream wasn't, I didn't really try that hard, but yeah, it will technically take that amount of streams, which is gonna be quite a lot if you ask me. But you know, it could always be worse. Okay, here's when he throws, right there, okay. So now I can stay here as long as he doesn't touch me. Damn. I hate that flying shit here right there. It might seem like when you beat the bomb guy, he has more health. Because I don't remember taking that long to kill him when I tried to go for him first. Maybe I'm wrong though. Wow, double KO. Never mind anything I say, Rio's hard as fuck. Well, it is not an easy fight, but really the biggest problem of that fight is Dalsim. Dalsim is the true piece of shit of that fight. Ryu fight by itself is not that bad. I guess you could say that a pretty hard attack for a lot of people might be the Shinku Hadoken, where you have to shoot and jump at the same time. But yeah, when it comes to... damn it. When it comes to Ryu, really what makes him hard is the Dalsim part, which is the reason why I would recommend to use the double damage glitch just for that part. I mean, if you don't want to defeat him that fast, maybe you can hold your shots like before that. But for Dalsim, you definitely need to have that. It's just complete horseshit otherwise. Like complete horseshit. And you don't have any tool either, because if you had Ghastly at that point of the game, you can probably use Ghastly and be able to shoot him down without that much trouble. But you don't have anything there that makes it easier. So yeah, pretty much whatever you do, I will advise you to use that. F. Nico, what? Also, how is it going, Mr. Tusk? You gonna find out strats? Yeah, you also have to do that. No, don't mind me, I'm right here dying over and over to Mega Man. Because holy shit, this fight is hard. Also, by the way, Mr. Tusk, the command is FU, it's not F. Just in case, you know. At least the song is pretty nice. As it usually is the case with boss fights. Problem is that the boss itself is completely ridiculous. It's really, really hard. Bad aiming. Damn it. Okay. Wait, he didn't throw it there? Oh, he throws it there, okay. Gotcha. Damn, can you fucking die already, you piece of shit? There we go. Okay, so this is the hard part. I wonder where's the best part to dodge that. That doesn't look too hard. Honestly, you just have to go to the bottom left corner, stay there, and for this, it actually might be hard to dodge the lower left ring on that one, on that pattern, this one. Like that, the one that he shots right there. Maybe you can dodge it from the corner without much trouble, but it doesn't look as easy as I thought that it was. Maybe it's better to dodge that pattern from the center, I don't know. The problem is that before worrying about that, I have to worry about Mega Man's attack first. Which is something that I still haven't figured out. Yeah, this is really gonna take a while. The problem is that that hard attack that Mega Man has, I can only access it after defeating those two clowns. Oh, it seems like I got a sudden frame drop here too, but it didn't seem like it lasted for too long. Damn, are you serious? I jumped too high. Okay, damn it. Yeah, and even when he doesn't shoot those projectiles right in front of me, it's still hard to dodge. Damn it. I don't think Re is gonna be that different here. It might be easier for some of them, but definitely I don't think it's gonna be that easy to defeat Mega Man. It might be easier to defeat this. Okay, it seems that we are back. Wow. Whenever I expect, you know, my internet to not be trash. But I think I should blame OBS on this one. I feel like OBS was at fault here. It's just like sometimes OBS disconnects for no reason because I still have internet, and even if it's like a random spike on internet disconnection, it shouldn't be like that. Like, it shouldn't be something that just completely ends the stream, right? Like, it's just not the way it should work. Whatever. Oh, the problem is that it's not like you can use anything other than OBS without paying, so hey, at least it might be trash, but at least it's free trash, so I can't really complain there. It doesn't help that I'm already, you know, kind of, you know, with a little bit of adrenaline because of this fight. Doesn't help that this shit disconnects randomly, but that's fine. The only problem is that I lost the uptime of the stream, so I don't know for how long I've been streaming, but whatever. Who needs to know that anyways? Okay. Okay. Dang it. Hey Riemann, how is it going? You came back just when my stream disconnected. It's just randomly disconnected, but I don't think I can blame the ISP there. I think it's OBS being a free program, right? After all, there's no guarantees. It's a free program. If it works bad, it's not like you got scammed or anything. I mean, you got it for free. So I mean, whatever, right? Can't really complain about OBS, even though it was at fault. It's kind of like picking a random calculator from a trash can and complain that it barely works. Like, yes, what do you expect? It was in the trash You got it for free. It's obviously not gonna work 100% of the time. So yeah. Damn it. Area 5 starts making me mad. Hadoken. Yeah, sure you can. And you forgot the Tatsumaki Senpukyo. That's actually a pretty good one. Pretty good one too. But it's fine, Boshy, you're eventually gonna get it. Just a matter of time. Just remember that if you get stuck with Dulcim, try and do the glitch. I mean, nobody's gonna blame you for that. And in fact, just as Thundit says, the double damage glitch is something that even speedrunners use, so there's no shame in doing it. Especially for such a piece of shit as Dulcim. Obviously they use it. Yeah, well, but what I'm trying to say is that it's not something that is frowned upon. I mean, if you beat, you know, a boss with that, nobody's gonna be like, ha, this guy used the glitch, it doesn't count. Like, no, not at all. I mean, the bosses are already ridiculously hard, so I mean, nobody's gonna be like I tell you, right? Like, nobody's gonna make fun of you. How did that? Okay, whatever. I saw how Hello Kitty Damaku can be skipped with a speed kill and felt it was intended. I honestly don't know what's intended or not in this game. There's a lot of bullshit. It wasn't intended? Oh. Yeah, but like I said, if you feel like you're beating the boss too fast and too, you know, without many patterns coming out, you can just hold your shot. Like, you can stop shooting before Dulcim. Like, if you feel like you're doing too much damage, you can just stop and then just get to the Dulcim part, and when Dulcim comes, you can just completely obliterate him. And after that, basically, you're kind of fighting the fight as intended, in the sense that you're not skipping any pattern. At least that's what I recommend. Because if you're really gonna get stuck against Dulcim, then let me tell you that it's not worth it to get stuck there. Damn, I'm dropping frames again. For fuck's sake, internet, you piece of shit. Well, my way to the fight is just watching them Saves me a lot of time. I see. I forgot also the white background, so I have more lighting on the camera. But yeah, the ISPs are being trashed right now. Damn it. Maybe I need to do the World 1 secret before I try this shit. Because I feel like this is just gonna take forever. Some people would like to elaborate strat, but I feel like it's not worth it if it makes me wanna give up on really hard games. Well, honestly, the Ryu fight doesn't really have any strat other than trying to completely, you know, mash on that dulcim part. Nice. Damn it. Hello, old guy, not 22 anymore. Oh, you're right. I should change that. Who is it going balabase? Yeah, let me change that right now because I'm just gonna forget if I do it in another time. So let's just change that number here. So this is I'm Gabby. I'm a 23-year-old programmer. There we go. Send. Wait, did it send? I think it updated there. So there you go. Not 22 anymore. Not even in the description. So yeah, who's it going balabist? I'm right here trying to, you know, beat this boss that is obnoxiously hard. I will miss the 22 Gabby, you're different now. Yeah, 22 Gabby actually beat the bosses that he defeated. Like, sorry, he beat the boss that he encountered. Right here, it feels like I'm not gonna beat this boss ever. Like, holy shit, this boss definitely feels like something else. Like, this boss feels like something a little fucked up. Damn, I thought he was gonna die there, that's why I didn't jump. What a piece of shit, okay. The problem is the first pattern with the small Hadokens. You just need to run to the right. If it's the very first one where he flies, you just need to go right and dodge the Tatsumaki from the right. If you want, you can just watch me doing it. I don't remember exactly which stream it was, but it might have been the first one or the second one of those. Like, the first part isn't really that hard. Damn it. It makes walls and I can move from the right of the screen. It makes walls. You mean the ones, well, honestly, I believe that is, if you actually wanna look people doing it, you can probably watch the moment where I did it, which, again, it might be at the end of the first stream. It's really not that hard. Okay. Damn it. You know, speaking about fights that make you wanna give up on the game, this one is a pretty good candidate, I gotta say. This one is definitely an amazing candidate. Because holy shit, this fight is not fucking around. Okay. I can wait until this is completely unrelated, but I can wait until I change ISPs, honestly. Because there is an ISP that is way better than the one I'm using, as far as I know. The problem is that they haven't reached my area yet, so I have to wait. But the problem is that they might arrive at the end of the year around here. And that's a pretty long time that I have to deal with all this shit. I obviously don't know if I'm gonna have to deal with the same shit with that ISP. That's something that is impossible to know. I can't predict the future, sadly. But yeah, I can wait until I change. Because right now, it's just with this ISP, it's like playing, playing the roulette, right? If you get lucky, you might be able to get a good connection for the whole day. If you are not, then get fucked, basically. That's how it works. This is gonna be a problem. This is gonna be a problem. What was that bounce? Did you see that? Like the bullet went right above me, it bounced off the wall and it went right below. What kind of bullshit is that? Did I see that wrong? Because it really seemed like the bounce was complete horseshit. Well, I don't know if it was bullshit or not, but I know that this is just too much. This fight is just too much, dude. You know, if the fight wasn't hard enough, that screen shake just completely fucks up my concentration. Like I can't even see exactly where the, for example, the splash of the bombs is. There's also a problem that if you try to focus on the rings, it gets really hard to focus on the bombs as well. And you know, the same the other way around, right? I'm gonna give up for now. Alright. Yeah, it's always nice to rest a little bit and then come back with more energies to do it. Look at the... This is the problem with this part. Look at the amount of health this piece of shit has. How am I supposed to beat them in a timely manner? Like they should skip... Okay, you know what? I'm going with Ryu. Fuck this shit. I know that this is gonna be harder because of the damn hitbots. Sorry, the sprite, but... Also, let me turn on my lights. Be right back. There you go. Okay, so most light to the Hadokens coming from the top. I still feel like the hit bosses are fair, but they are really big. Yeah, this is kinda just a matter of getting used to them. There's really no other way to do it. Basically the problem here using Ryu is that I barely will do any damage against Mega Man. That's gonna be the highest problem. But the best part is that I can actually defeat these fools a lot faster. But yeah, the problem is still Damn it. Oh, speaking of Ryu, right? Hope this doesn't give you bad flashbacks. It probably will though. Oh, so this is kind of like the revenge of Ryu, right? Since basically, when I beat Ryu, I beat him using Mega Man. This is kind of like a revenge fight. I wonder why I do 1 point of damage there. I don't understand, but sure. I will take it. Oh, maybe I do the damage when he goes up. Yeah, that will make sense. Whew, okay. So let's see how... Fuck. I was also playing Mega Man. The thing behind you shoots. Yeah, that's ghastly. It's a secret that you get right after the Ryu fight. If you picked up a secret in World 1, that is. Which is something that I don't think many people did, so I wouldn't know. That's him who deals 1 damage? No, I don't think so. Because he deals way more than 1 point of damage. Well, way more might be 2, right? But, like, I'm pretty sure that the one, like, for example, let's see here. Well, that didn't count, but whatever. I'm pretty sure the one who is dealing that point of damage, though, is one of the Hadokens when he is flying up. I don't think Ghastly is hitting him. Damn, that's a lot of damage, holy shit. Okay, I got you, Ryu. The problem is actually damaging, you know, the actual boss, which is Mega Man. And the problem here, good luck with the hitbox there. Yeah, the hitbox there is gonna be a piece of shit. Teleports behind you, yeah, nothing personal. But holy shit, Ryu does an insane amount of damage to the robot masters. I wish he did the same amount of damage to the actual boss. That will actually be useful. I wonder if there's gonna be a pattern where Mega Man receives a lot of damage from Ryu. Shit, I got cornered there. Yeah, it seems like I wanna go with Ryu to at least practice the patterns. Problem is that practicing the patterns with Ryu is kind of like trying to climb a mountain with your feet and not using any of your hands. Yeah, especially all that Danmaku is gonna be a pain in the ass to try and dodge with this giant douchebag. But at least, hey, he does damage. Damn it. Yeah, that's the real deal. Ryu is amazing for this, but yeah, not really amazing to dodge this. Really is too big for me to figure out exactly where the hitbox is in moments where you can't really look around that much. But you know, that's kinda like the way it's balanced, right? Like you get really good range with your bullets, but at the same time you get really bad hitbox recognition because the sprite is just that big. Hey, I guess that at least if I do this, I might be able to see patterns that I normally don't see, and I'll be able to practice them a lot more instead of just casually whenever I defeat these two dumbasses. Although it's still hard to beat them, even with Ryu. Like right there, for example, it's pretty hard for me to figure out that Ryu's hitbox is touching the bomb splash hitbox. The good thing is that here I can kinda play it safe, because I still deal a lot of damage regardless of if I go down or not. Damn, that barely did no damage, holy shit. So where do I dodge this from? Not from there. I don't feel like dodging it from there is gonna be a good idea. But if I don't do it from there, doing it from below, it's gonna be a pain in the ass. I wonder what the best way to dodge that is. But yeah, the real issue with that is that trying to figure it out with Ryu is gonna be way harder than figuring it out with Boshy or Quadrix. Of course, the frisbee guy is the one that kills me. Also, I just realized that those aren't frisbees. I've been calling them frisbees the whole time. They're actually just rings. Well, I mean, you could say that frisbees have a ring shape, but yeah, they are not empty in the center. Ah, that's gonna suck. Damn it. Oh look, he spawned right there. Also, the real problem here is that the physics for the rings bouncing is trash. Sometimes it works properly, like they actually bounce in the way they are supposed to, and sometimes they fuck up and just bounce vertically. That's really fucked up. It seems like whoever makes the fun games, or you know, the I wanna be the guy games, don't know how bouncing works. Even the electric bounce from Elegman is kinda fucked up sometimes. Like it's really like they don't know how bouncing can work, or they just do it bad on purpose, right? I don't know. Damn it, dude. That's everything about this fight is a piece of shit. Cause even the screen shake really throws you off. Like it feels like this boss fight has everything I don't like. Has an absent boss. Has awful bouncing physics, and has screen shape on top of all of that shit. Like that's just too much if you put them all together. Damn, I got killed by that. See, but the problem about this, and the reason why I don't like this kind of fights, is that if I end the stream, right, I don't want to come back to this, right? Like, whenever I'm gonna start the next stream, I'm gonna be like, oh, I have to defeat this shit, and I will already start the stream being demotivated. This is why I don't like this kind of fights. These kind of fights are just here to say, hey, you made something, like you defeated something hard, good shit, but they don't, at least to me, they don't feel fun to play, like this boss fights. I mean, some of the boss fights in the game are really good. This one is definitely not one of them. I feel like he tried to make it bounce, then thought after testing it works. Yeah, could play other fun games maybe, some have smaller hitbox. Hitboxes and more interesting boss fights. Yeah, but that's the thing, if I play anything else, I doubt that I'm ever coming back to this. That's how it works usually. If I abandon a game before finishing it, there's probably no way I'm gonna finish it. That's my real issue with that. So I could do that, but I don't think it's gonna be a good thing to do that. Damn, that still hit me. So yeah, basically switching to other fun game is kinda like the worst thing that I could do. Like if I switch to other fun game, it's basically a way of saying goodbye to this one. Cause good luck trying to get me motivated to play this if I switch to something else. And in fact this already happened, like this is not a speculation or anything. I basically did the same thing with Genso Wanderer, which is an RPG Toho fun game. I never touched it again, because there was a really hard part and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna play something else. And I never came back to that game. Never, ever. So yeah, it's not really a good idea to leave the game for later. At least not to me. So here, where am I supposed to dodge this? Maybe I can stay on the corner. Maybe. Ryu deals no damage, so it's not a good idea. Well, I don't know about that. There might be an attack afterwards that actually exposes Mega Man way more. But what's true is that if I don't use Ryu, I'm just gonna get stuck at that bomb man and that shithead that flies and throws rings. So at least, you know, I really don't expect to beat this with Ryu. But the thing about Ryu is that at least I will be able to practice the other parts that I normally can't reach. I think there's a safe spot, maybe. Hey Tristan, how is it going? It's Boshy time? Yeah, it's more like it's Ryu time. Because Boshy is definitely not fitting for this fight. I mean, even if I didn't use Ryu, I wouldn't use Boshy either, because Quadric is way better for this fight. Well, I mean, you could probably say that about almost every thing in the game, that Quadric probably does it better than Boshy, but yeah. Anyways, who is it going? Damn, not even 1 point of damage, holy shit. So there might be a safe spot here on the corner, right? The problem is that this hitbox is so fucked up that I can't figure it out. Like, I'm pretty sure that if I stay on the bottom left of the screen and I jumped at the end, it might work, but with this humongous hitbox I can't figure it out. I just cannot. It's too big. But if I don't use this douchebag, good luck trying to defeat the flying guy. Damn it. Yeah, it basically feels the same as with the Mario fight. Just as demoralizing and boring. Because the Sonic fight, at the very least, it was hard, but it was fun to try. It was fun to try and dodge Sonic coming and going, right? This shit doesn't really feel good at all. It's just like Mario, I feel. The difference is that Mario fight was even easier than this. This one, definitely not easy at all. Damn, that still hit me. What the fuck, dude? Yeah, I think you might be right with Ryu, but the problem is that if I don't use Ryu, it's really hard to practice some patterns, because I'm never getting to those places that have them. That's the problem. So yeah, I mean, whatever. But no, not Boshy, let's go with Quadric. yeah, at the very least with Quadric you can damage him, which is pretty nice. But obviously the problem is that doing damage is really hard. Although at least it's easier than doing damage with Boshy, I will give you that. But it's still pretty fucked up. You know what's also pretty fucked up? Is that even if I use the double damage glitch here, it wouldn't make much difference. Because that shithead that flies around, if I throw 3 bullets, probably 1 or 2 of them are gonna miss. So even if the damage might be higher technically, I don't think the time while I defeat the character is gonna be that higher. And if it wasn't enough, it's not only hard to hit him, but it's also hard to dodge all this disc flying around. It's just insane. This fight is just insane, dude. Weird how short these fights are, but how long they feel. Well, they feel long because basically you have to retry the same shit that is probably like 3 minutes long. So when you look at the numbers, it's not that bad. But when you think that basically those 3 minutes you had to retry them like 100 times, then it starts making more sense why they feel so long, right? You do 3 times 100, and that's basically 300 minutes. That's 5 hours. Gonna wait to come back to the 5 faster using the teleporter. For the real 5, for example, it's save a map. Yeah, you can do that from the teleporter room, but it wouldn't make it that faster here because this is one of the farthest bosses, I guess. And even then, this walking section is not that long anyway, so damn, and I can't even deal damage. Holy shit. Damn it. I really wonder if this is the fight that is gonna make me stop playing. I mean, there's been a lot of hard things that made me want to give up, but this one is just... It's not just that it's hard, it's just that it's not fun. Because I can't even feel like I'm about to beat it. See, a lot of the hard fights, at least with the fact that you thought that you were close to beating it, it was a lot more interesting, right? But here I can't bring myself to think that I can beat him in a timely manner. And that's just really bad. Doesn't work for real. Okay. Yeah, again, this feels pretty similar to how that Mario fight felt. with that Mario fight, I basically was like, you know, don't really wanna waste time trying this. And this feels exactly the same. This also feels like I don't wanna waste time trying this. And that's no good. And the problem is that this might take me several streams. And honestly, I know that this is not fun to watch even. So you can imagine how not fun it is to play it. Gonna start playing other fun games. Yeah, keep in mind that there's a lot of other fun games that are even harder than Boshy, so if you play other fun game, at least try for it to be easier, because otherwise the same thing is gonna happen. Damn it. Then this RNG having shitheads. I think, you know, after playing this many times, I can finally say that those patterns are RNG, like the ones from the bomb and the Discman. They definitely feel RNG. Okay. Maybe I have to aim better at this, but... Well, you know, if a game gives you reaction time and doesn't hit bots, I feel like it's 100 times easier. Boshy just tries to make you rage quit. I honestly don't feel like saying that this is unfair, because I don't feel like this is unfair. I feel like this is a fair fight. The problem is that it's just extremely hard. And honestly, I already mentioned this, but that's pretty much the reason why I wanted to give, well, not wanted, like I actually gave up on Touhou 12 on Lunatic, because that game is just hard and not fun. Those mechanics are just trash, the UFO mechanics. And for a game that has hard patterns already, it's like you can't fuck up the mechanics. So yeah, I wouldn't say obviously that Touhou 12 is unfair or anything like that. The patterns are pretty fun to dodge though. Yeah, I guess I can agree with that, but that is pretty void if we remember how shitty the mechanics are. Like, yeah, the game can be really good. In fact, I really like the characters, the music, and a lot of things in Touhou 12. However, when it comes to the mechanics, they are trash. I don't want to be this tough with a Touhou game of all things, but Touhou 12 is just bad mechanic wise. Like, I don't think I have any other way of sugarcoating it. It's just bad. I wish it wasn't. It's not like I want it to be bad, but it is. I mean, I wish it was a game with normal mechanics that didn't make me want to punch a hole through my monitor, but they are, so yeah. Oh, I almost got it, damn it. I think I'm gonna try I Wanna Be the Chameleon. I don't think you wanna try that after Boshy. Like, I feel like if you know, stop playing Boshy because you feel it's too hard, I don't think Chameleon is the best option. But then again, I'm not an expert at fan games, so what do I know? Camille is difficult in a different way. Is it going mostly tist? What? Mostly tist. Okay, there we go. Watch a bit of it, seems alright. It's only hard, usually takes 100k dates or so. It's mostly from platforming and avoidance. I see. Well, honestly, the problem here is that Boshy here stopped playing Boshy because he was struggling with the Ryu fight. So I don't think that playing something harder is really gonna help, regardless of if the difficulty comes from platforming or not. I will recommend him to play something easier. I heard 2/3 are much better than the original. Oh, never mind. 2 and 3 are much better than the original Chameleon. Don't play Chameleon 1, Chameleon 2 is alright. Chameleon 3 is top tier, but only if you really like that kind of game. It's true, Chameleon might be horrible if it's 100k that's. I mean, you can probably look on that page where all the fun games are and look for some game easier than Boshy. I mean, something being easier doesn't mean that it is more boring. It just means that you can do it, you know, more easily. That's pretty much it. So I will look for something like that. That's the kind of genre though. There's some popular list of recommended good games for beginners. You guys should check out. I Wanna Maker later. Fuck closed chat. What closed chat? It's like Mario Maker but for fun games in closed beta at the moment. What do you mean by closed chat? Oh. Well, yeah, I understand now. Yeah, basically what Mostly was saying is that there is a list of fun game for beginners, and there is also a Mario Maker for like a maker of I wanna be the guy fun games, but that is just like Mario Maker or at least similar to it, but it's in closed beta at the moment, so yeah, I guess that's not an option. Also, do any of you have any strat to deal with this shithead that flies around throwing rings? Because I can't figure out a single way to make this fight easier. Like, holy shit, this part of the fight is just fucking me up like crazy. There isn't really anything other than just getting better. Yeah, that's the problem. That's what I thought. I thought that it was just dodging and nothing else. Fuck, dude, that part. Like, the rest, Elecman and the one throwing bombs are not that big of a deal, but that shithead with the rings is just something else. There was open beta recently, but it's not active at the moment. Yeah, the problem is that before checking other fun games, I really want to beat this game. But I realized that beating this game might be just a dream. Because let's not forget that obviously this isn't even the hardest boss in the game. So you can tell that whatever awaits for me after this, or at least one of the bosses that awaits me after this, is gonna be even worse. So yeah, just a matter of keep trying. Can't do anything else really. So yeah, but that's the problem I feel with the fun games, is that obviously including Boshy here, is that sure, I have no problem of trying this over and over again. The problem is that I know that this is not really great to see, in the sense that seeing someone try this shit over and over again and failing every single time is not something that is really attractive. So that's my biggest problem with it. Like, it doesn't do for a good stream experience, I feel. So that's the reason why I don't like getting stuck on this. I mean, obviously playing over and over again might get annoying at some point, but I can kind of handle that, right? But it's just not good stream material, at least not for me, I feel. Because it's literally gonna be this, just me trying the same shit over and over again for God knows how many hours. And that's the biggest problem. What's the longest Boshy boss has taken so far? I think 3 hours or 3 hours and a half. I think both Mario and Sonic took me 3 hours and a half. And this is already taking me longer than that, so I can see that this is gonna be a pain in the ass. Like, I think I played this yesterday for 30 minutes, and today I'm playing it for like 3 hours already. And the difference with the other fights is that I don't feel like I'm getting any closer to beating this. That's the real issue. Like with the other fights at this time mark, I was already like, okay, I just have to try a couple of times and then it's mine, right? For this one though, I can't feel that. I can't feel that I'm close to doing this. And that's what worries me the most. Damn it. That's the real issue here. It's kind of like the lack of hope in beating this boss fight is the most you know, the most worrying thing at the moment. Just downloaded Camellia Tree. Yeah, what could go wrong, right? Damn it. Yeah, good luck with that. Start with K2, K3 is gonna beat your ass. You beat me, it's not because I'm bad, there is another reason I don't know. Okay. I don't feel like that's the best way of looking at it that way, but you will see. Okay. I mean, that's fine. I mean, as long as you don't get disappointed afterwards when you realize that Camellia Tree is probably not a joke. Like, here's the thing. I give up in 30 minutes, yeah, I don't know. In fact, I feel like Camellia Tree, for what I'm hearing, right? I never seen Camellia Tree, but from what I'm hearing, it's definitely not a game that I would like to play if I ever beat Boshy. Like, if I ever beat Boshy, that will probably be one of my last games that I would like to try out, because holy shit. All the things that the people say about that game is definitely not making me wanna play it. If you don't run through K3 easily, it can still be fun to test your skills. Yeah, I think this game is already testing my skills more than enough, so I guess I'm fine with that. Imagine Ryu, but you have to do 4 cycles. Well, honestly, I wouldn't find any problem on doing 4 Ryu cycles if it wasn't for that shitty Dalsim attack. That Dalsim attack is just completely stupid. You can show him that's K3. Yeah, basically K3, as a lot of people say, is an avoidance game and platforming. That means that you don't deal damage, you just dodge. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And it might sound tempting, I mean it sounds tempting to me, then you gotta realize that the difficulty is not gonna be forgiving. So even if you don't have to worry about shooting, like for example here, you will have to worry about a lot of other things that you probably won't want to worry about. So yeah, just saying that whatever you do, if you gave up on Ryu, I don't think it's a really good idea to try Camellia. Damn it. By the way, Boshy, have you played the original I Wanna Be the Guy? Like, you know, the game that spawned all of these fun games. Because if you haven't played it, it's perfect. Oh, you gave up at the guy? Okay. I see. Well, maybe you should try looking for fun games that are easier than that. I mean, then again, you can look at, I don't remember how the page was called, something about fruit, deadly fruit, I don't remember the name, but you can look up there and see if there's any game label as easier than I wanna be the guy, and you can just play it. I mean, again, you don't have to play something hard to have fun, right? So if you want to, you can just look for something like that. Wow. And he shoot right in front of me, why not? Ooh. Spreadsheet. And a page called Fun Games. Oh, that's just delicious fruit, okay, gotcha. And this spreadsheet, what is this? List of recommended fun games. That's a lot of games. Nice. I wonder if Boshy is even in this list. Damn, Boshy isn't even on the list? Wow. I feel like these people don't really like Boshy. It's a list of good recommended games sorted by genre. Nice, thanks for sharing. Actually, I'm gonna save this link if you don't mind. Let me save this link in my TXT full of stuff. There we go. Yeah, how dare you take my spreadsheet? Now I'm gonna open a crusade. Yeah, it's pretty weird. So it seems that a lot of people don't like Boshy, huh? Because I don't see, I tried to press Ctrl F to see if Boshy was mentioned there, and it wasn't anywhere to be seen. So I guess people don't really like Boshy after all. Boshy is not on the list because it's a list of beginners probably. It's a different engine from most fun games. Yeah, I also seen that, but is it really that big of a deal that the engine is different? Like, I mean, especially after considering that the original game isn't even the same engine as most of the fun games. So is it really that bad to be a different engine? Or for platforming? Well, the problem here is that I'm getting stuck in a part that has no platforming whatsoever, so... Boshy has acceleration. Oh, I see. Which majority of fun games don't. Yeah, the only problem is that right here I'm struggling with something that isn't even a platforming section, so I can't even blame Boshy for that. Basically, I can blame anything for this. I can only blame my lack of skill. Just gotta say that it's one of those pills that is pretty hard to swallow, but I gotta. Like, definitely there's nothing from this boss fight that I can blame it or anything. Well, maybe except the shitty bouncing physics for the rings. That's, I think, one of the things that I could blame, but the rest of the fight is fair. I think fair fights are kind of like the most dangerous, right? Motivational wise, because when you have a fair fight, there's no one that you can blame but yourself. And this fight, I can't blame anyone but myself here for not being able to beat it. You're getting better, thanks, but I don't feel like that's really that accurate. Although I'm getting better than I was at the beginning of the stream, the problem is that that's not saying much. Because at the beginning of the stream I barely could beat Elekman, so yeah. Yeah. Well, I guess I could also blame it on the screen shake. The screen shake is also a piece of shit, but overall, I will say that this fight is pretty fair. So, yeah. No one to blame here. Absolutely nothing. I mean, honestly, if I had to be 100% honest, so far, the only fight where I could blame the game would be Ryu fight because of Dalsim. Maybe I should just say Dalsim at this point, because the Ryu fight without Dalsim was pretty good, pretty fun, right? Dalsim though was complete shit, and the fact that I needed to use the glitch because otherwise I was physically unable to do it, it's just ridiculous. Other than that, any other boss fight was fair, so I really can't say anything other than, you know, take the L, politely take the L. It's fairly easy to kill Ryu before Dalsim. Well, the thing is that it's fairly easy if you know how to mash. I don't know how to mash. And that's the reason why I cannot even kill Dalsim in the first place. I just can't mash. The jumps in Boshy are way shorter than in Camellia 3. Wasn't using double shot, not sure if it's how it's done. Now the thing is that the double damage glitch is obviously optional. But yeah, the fact that I just can't mash. Like, I'm physically unable to mash. I was never good at it. And I don't think there is any way for me to do that amount of mashing without well, without the aid of the glitch, basically. That's the problem. That's the only really part where I will say this is horseshit. The rest, again, it was pretty fair, and I can't really complain. Are you using default keybinds? No, I'm using the numpad for shooting. I'm using AWSD for the directionals, and I'm using 6 on the numpad to jump and 5 to shot. But even if that's the case, I try using the 0 number also on the numpad, which basically allows you to spam a lot more because you can spam with 2 fingers. But even with 2 fingers, it's just too much, because it's not really easy to spam with 2 fingers. You can't just spam and expect it to work. You have to time it pretty precisely for it to work. So yeah, I think that even if I use it on the 0, you'll check your keyboard settings. No, I can guarantee you that there's if repeat is set on slow. But why would it matter if repeat is set on slow? Like, repeat is basically when you press a key and you leave it pressed, right? Like this. That's the repeat. In this game, to shot, you have to do this. You have to spam it. I don't feel like the repeat matters, right? It affects shoot too. Okay. Well, if I check that, I'm gonna check that afterwards. Well, actually, I could check it here. The problem is that I don't know where to look for keyboard. I guess writing configuration. Writing. Then Windows 10 configuration is trash. Holy shit, dude. How can it be this trash? How can it be this? Like, come on. There has to be. Come on. Well, I honestly don't know where the fuck that configuration is because Windows 10 is trash. But I'm gonna check that later. Honestly, Windows 10 search engine is complete garbage. Well, honestly, the settings are complete garbage too. I mean, I've never been looking around for so long trying to find something as easy as, you know, what I just found, which is like the keyboard settings. Like, why the fuck is that so hard to find? How can it be that hard to find? I don't remember having those problems when I used Windows 7. I don't know why they decided to fuck it up like that. Holy shit. Yeah, in case you haven't noticed, I really hate Windows 10. And I'm practically forced to use it. Kinda like people who were using... Well, no, I think that's not a good comparison, but... What I'm trying to say is that Windows 10 is trash. That's all I need to say. In any case, that's... I feel kinda like saying that water is wet at this point. And the sky is blue, right? Okay. I think it might be a good place to end the stream. I might stream later today though, but honestly, as I said before, the problem right here is that if I end the stream and I'm gonna start it, you know, later, I don't know if I'm gonna have too much motivation to, you know, start the stream and realizing that I need to beat this shithead. That's the real problem. But whatever. Damn it. I'm gonna give it 3 more tries. And then I'm gonna end the stream and probably gonna stream later today. I probably can do that since, you know, it's Saturday. So I can, you know, do that kind of shit without problem. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. So that's one try. Okay, that's the second try, and this is gonna be my last one. Damn. As you can see on that section, I didn't even get any chance to dodge that. Like, if I dodged it from below, which I did, I got killed by the one below, but if I stay on the platform, I will have gotten killed by the one he should spawn. That's so fucked up, dude. Alright, that's gonna be it for this stream. So, I didn't mean to do that. I mean to do... wait. So we get it there. And now... close. Okay. So, I'm gonna take a break, but I might come back later today. And... maybe try this. Maybe actually try the secrets on World 1 instead. Which might be a better idea. It will at least be more fun to see than me retrying this shit over and over again. So yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but what I know is that it's gonna be later today, probably in like 2 hours, 2 hours and a half maybe, around there. I'm probably gonna stream. So yeah, I wanna thank everyone a lot for watching, and be seeing you on the next stream. So take care, everyone.